Hello and welcome to this week's Bombastic Boobs video. Louise here, and I just wanted to talk to you about graduation and going to grad school and different things like that, and just kind of my thoughts on it because I have a lot to say. So basically, I'm a senior at UCR Riverside right now, and a lot is riding on the next couple of months of my life. I graduate this spring, and I have a lot of options that I need to face. Applying for jobs, figuring out my career, if I want to go to grad school, money, where I'm going to live, what's going to happen with my life, I don't know. Holy fuck. Yeah. Alright, anyway, I get really worked up real quick with this. So I just want to say that if you are starting to go to college as an undergraduate, or if you're in your last years of high school, or if you're already at university and you're still not a senior, this is not for seniors and undergrad, because for us it's too late. But for everybody below us, we can help them out. If you can, go and talk to your professors. Make sure that your professors know you and that they know that you care about the fucking work that you are doing and that subject. And I really hope that you love your major because when you love your major, or at least when you know what your passion is and where you want to go and what you want to do in life, this becomes a lot easier. Otherwise, it's a little ridiculous. It's just a little hard to figure out what the next step is and what's going on. But if you know what you love, you can do this next step. So go and talk to your professors, connect with them, make sure they know you, so that way when you need to write a letter of rec for someplace, you have your professors on the go. They will be like, yes, I have you so good. I will write you the best letter of recommendation. With that, make sure to actually give a shit about your English. Even though I'm a philosophy major, I have never been necessarily great at my English language. At the English language. Do you see what I'm saying? I can't win. But writing is so important, especially for applications as far as grad school and for jobs, especially when you're looking for a career and not just Starbucks or McDonald's. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those jobs, because there's not. If you need money and you can get a job there, get a fucking job there. Get your money. I have no problem against any of that. But if you are trying to get a professional job higher up, you're going to have to write letters of interest, cover letters. You might have to do a writing sample. You are going to have to write a lot. While I struggled with this, and while I still do struggle with this because my writing is not perfect, Thelma over there, she's fucking beast as far as her writing goes. I'm not there. I'm pretty good with my philosophical writing, but let's just be real. Philosophers can kind of be assholes. But one of the books that has been introduced to me by my favorite professor has been The Elements of Style. Now, this book is dry as fuck, okay? Dry as fuck. It's really hard to get through. The examples are kind of annoying. They don't really, I don't know. It's not completely helpful. It's not as helpful as you'd want it to be when you're looking for grammar rules. But one book that you could get is The Elements of Fucking Style. It's a parody off of this book, and it's really funny. It's really helpful. Both myself and Thelma both have it. We use it continuously. I don't have it with me right now, otherwise I'd show you. I lent it to a friend because she needed help with her grammar for school, so that's just kind of what we do. But anyway, work on your writing. You need to be able to sell yourself. It's gonna get fucking scary. It gets really scary. You think that you have an idea of what you want to do, or you don't even worry about it because you're in college. You're having the time of your life. You got 4 years to think about it. What? 4 years? That's a long time. No, it's not. Those 4 years go so fast. And I'm speaking as a transfer student who spent a total of 5 years in my undergrad, and I don't know where the time went. I am freaking out almost on the daily, trying to figure out what my next move is going to be and how I'm going to go about it. But there's nothing I can really do about it but just go forward and take as many opportunities as I can. Take as many opportunities as you can. Join clubs. Be part of a group, or research or anything like that, so that way you have experience that you can draw on when you're doing your applications. Study for the fucking GRE. I hate the GRE. I hate it with a passion. Thelma and I, we studied all summer, and we didn't go to a class. We just made flashcards. We took practice tests ourselves. We thought we were doing really fucking well. Like we had over 1,000 flashcards or 500 flashcards or some shit like that, and we had like over 90% of that memorized, and we still didn't do very well. It was heartbreaking. But Thelma still applied to grad school, and I'm really hoping that she gets in, and that'd be really exciting. I opted for a second route of taking the gap year before I figure out where I'm going to go. And a lot of it has to do with a professor who actually discouraged me, and I just want to tell you guys that you shouldn't let a professor discourage you. Don't. Like, they're going to tell you that the odds are really low and that it's going to be really hard, it's really competitive, and these are all true facts. There are very little jobs, very little employment careers that you can really go for that aren't going to be competitive. There's always going to be somebody better, and there's always going to be someone going against you. But just don't let that stop you, because you can do this. Like, I seriously believe that if we just put our minds to, like, what we want and are willing to do the necessary steps to get there, then we can do it. But I think a lot of it is that now, like, people aren't doing those extra steps. There's not a lot of people that are doing their homework, that are doing their reading, that are connecting to professors, all these things. These are important. Do them. You may think, oh, God, I have other things to do. I want to go out party. I want to, like, do whatever. You can still do all of those things. But you just need to manage your time better. This video literally is like, I'm being the adult right now. Well, I'm trying to tell you to be responsible. Look, it sounds annoying. It sounds stupid, but do it. Do it, because this is your future. This is your life. You don't want to be about to graduate and have to go home and not know and struggle for years trying to figure out what to do and lack the basic skills that university is supposed to give you, but they don't. You have to go looking for this shit. No one is going to tell you about grad school. No one is going to tell you that you need to have your writing skills amazing until you go and you start looking and asking for it. It's a pain in the motherfucking butt. If they really want us to be educated and to go farther, they would spend more time trying to figure out how to help us get there instead of just trying to get us through, so that way they can get their record and their awards for getting so many people to graduate in so much time, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. Search for your education, because the education system is not going to give it to you. Sorry, I got really aggressive. Really aggressive right there. I have a lot of problems with the education system, which I will sure will come up multiple times. But really just start thinking about it. Give it some thought. Don't be afraid to ask people questions. Don't be afraid to do some extra work. Don't be afraid to apply for things. Apply to everything. It sucks. You're going to get a lot of no's. But you'll get a lot of yeses too, like when it's right and like when you're supposed to be doing it. Like, you'll get it. Just don't give up. We need smart people that are educated, not necessarily with paper, but with the knowledge and the ability to change the world. That is what we are trying to do here. We're trying to change the world just ever so slightly, and we need your help. I should stop. We don't need to be all on the same page. I am not saying that we all have to have the same views or that everything needs to be, black and white or all gray, because I'm not. There's a lot of good things in diversity and a lot of good things and different ideas and talking things out. But we need to be open-minded, and we need to be critical, and we need to be understanding, and we need to know how to handle those situations. And the education system is just not doing that. We're just spoon-fed like what the default explanation for things are, and that's all we need to know. Those tests, what are they really teaching us, or what are they really testing us on? Information that you memorized the night before or after you got drunk and had a great time? That's not what this needs to be about. If you want to change something, you are going to have to do a lot more of the work. But if you think it's worth it, then that hard work is totally worth the effort. Do not give up simply because it's harder to get to your goal, to your dream, because society has it set up that way. Make it happen. Show people that you have the ability to make it happen. But this will be, my first video of, I'm sure will be many, of my graduation rants. I'm sure Thelma will want to get into on this because, why not? There's a lot to be frustrated about. Today, I just wanted to say really quickly, I will be referred to as Louise, and my other bombastic boob lady, who you should see soon, she's a little busy right now, a little swamped, as Thelma. So, Louise, Thelma. This magic picture over here, This is just because we are a duo on campus and in classes, and we've had a professor continuously refer to us as Thelma and Louise, and so we just decided the other day that I was going to be Louise and she's going to be Thelma. Yes, that'll be our code name. Bye. I just wanna be okay today. I just wanna feel the day, feel the day, feel the day. I just wanna feel some